Hello everyone. Omega here from Michael and welcome back to another episode of Secrets Unleashed. Alright guys, today we are going to be telling about how we can consistently and properly use Lingsha. To be more exact, Lingsha's weakness, break efficiency and Gallagher's super breaker. Let's get into it. Now, sadly, I don't actually have Lingsha. I wasn't able to get her, so I don't. None of my accounts have Lingsha, so we can't really have a demonstration. So today we'll just have to make do with me showing you into the battlefield and you having to trust me. I already showed you how to provide a shield to an allies and launch attack more efficiently. You got to trust me at this point, right? Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get into battlefield. So first let's talk about what Lingsha's weakness, break efficiency and Gallagher's super breaker. So, super break is basically just like Firefly. You just have to actually delay your enemy's action by about 10%, just about 10% delay your enemy's action and you should be good. You can break normal enemy and delete or air enemy properly. But that's not where super break actually becomes deadly. We'll talk about that later, but firstly let's talk about Lingsha's weakness, break efficiency. Alright, so, weakness break efficiency actually works like this. Lingsha doesn't really need to break enemies' weakness, like most of the time they will break enemies' weakness by either taking left or right, and then weakness break efficiency works like this. She's going to attack at one direction and then back to the same direction. So, if she launches her follow-up attack here, she's going to heal all allies on the field and then launches follow-up attack, so she's going to go right on back up and then left on DPS, or either she's going to go left on DPS and then right on back up. That's how weakness break efficiency works. So how do you actually break it effectively? Well, you can break it effectively by doing this when she gathers here and is about to request backup to her battlefield. You break immediately on where she's going to launch follow-up attack, so if she does this, she launch follow-up attack here and then she's about to break here, right, cause she's going back to that battlefield. You will already be attacking on where she's going to gather and you're going to attack immediately, like you just break weakness immediately like that when she's heading this direction and still not landing. We'll do this again. She does this skill already there once she launches attack here and she's about to gather here. Ambush immediately to where she's going to, and that's how you break normal enemies' weaknesses. That is how you actually break that weakness. This is consistent, guys. Remember, this is the consistent way on how you can do it. If you do this, she gathers here. You immediately gather here and then after she ults or after she's about to go on that attack, break immediately to where she's going to ult and where she's going to use techniques, and she is not even going to be able to actually launch follow-up attack but turn on that direction. She's immediately going to be use techniques. That's how you break normal enemies' weaknesses. That is the trick to that skill. What if you chain it with the super break? Well, that is where things get complicated. So if you actually want to get super break, you have to do a completely different breaking style, so just like. Firstly, the first one she's going to back up and then she's going to launch follow-up attack from here to here, but instead of doing a normal break she's actually going to do a super break. I don't know why it bugged like that. Hold on. Guys, let me just fix it. Let me restart another challenge. Just to give you a better idea. Hold on. Alright, here we go.
That's all you got.
Here's a better idea. So Lingsha is going to back up here, right DPS left, then instead of doing just that a normal break she will instead do right on time, left back up and super break. Alright, so that's what's going to happen. She's basically just going to do the same move except it's a super break. Now, how are you going to break that? Well, if you actually break to where she's going to gather, she's going to. She's not going to get ground. Nothing is going to happen. You're just going to basic attack your enemy. You're not going to do anything and she's going to get an easy super break. Instead, what you're actually going to want to do is to stay on the battlefield, not a little bit forward. Not a little bit to the side. No, on the battlefield you have to go on the battlefield and delay your enemy's action like a good 20% to 30%. delay your enemy's action by that long. 20% to 30% is the amount of delay that you're going to want. You want to really delay your enemy's action when breaking the enemy's weaknesses. You're going to want to stay on the battlefield and really delay your enemy's action. That is the way to actually break this consistently. Again, guys,
Firefly type 4.
this is consistently. If you do what I say, you will legitimately break these moves consistently. So Lingsha launches her follow-up attack. She super breaks your delay enemy's action 20% to 30%. Crowd control 20% to 30% debuff on the battlefield, and you will get that crowd control debuff. You will break that move. That is how you stop this enemy's move. Alright, that's how you stop that enemy from taking action. It's by staying on the battlefield. Literally on the battlefield, and then delaying enemy's action by 20% to 30% before actually taking action. That's how you stop the enemy from taking action, which is different to how you'll stop a normal enemy from taking action. To stop that again, when she's here and she's about to attack to this enemy so that she can break the enemy's weakness, you immediately use her techniques. Well, only still here. New technique already. The enemy is not even going to do the action. The enemy immediately going to be weakness broken. 1. Break immediately to where she's about to launch follow-up attack. 2. Do super break very early on the battlefield, literally on the battlefield.
Dreams do come true.
So to recap your break, you're going to want to reduce toughness early here, to where she's going to launch follow-up attack, or here. Whatever, where she's about to request backup to do her ult, and you're going to break the enemy's weakness immediately. And for super break, you're going to want to attack all weakness broken on the field very early. You're going to have to delay it by about 20% to 30%. That is how you stop the enemy from taking action. Yes, it's basically a guessing game. Yes it is, it's a gamble. It's a 50-50. You're just going to have to guess. You're going to have to get into the head of the Lingsha and try to predict the combat that she's going to do. That's basically it, you're going to have to guess it. These are the two ways on how you can actually stop the enemy from taking action. Her single is reduce toughness early, and where she's going to launch follow-up attack, and her super break is by attacking all weakness broken enemy very early on the field, literally on the field. Well, anyways, guys, I hope that this episode of Secrets Unleashed have been helpful. They've been useful to you. I hope this video has been entertaining somehow, and I'll see you in the next one.